Hi, I'll just ask you.
Just, yeah.
I speak loudly, Meher.
Speak loudly.
I just wanted to ask about the first confrontation scene before the interval. Why did it come out so easily for Alia's character to open up to Randeep so quickly when they didn't even get to know each other so well? It's a big thing that she says. I wasn't that convinced in that sequence. Why did it happen so soon?
See, many of the questions that you'll ask, I'll have to think of an answer right now, because very honestly, I don't know why I've written what I've written.
No, it's not about, I mean, it's about a person just opening up so suddenly.
Correct. But I think now when I look back, I feel that the sense of comfort that she gets in a rough place,
in a place that she had expected to be rough, since she gets a sense of being protected somehow, you know, and she's questioning herself. It's not so much about what the comfort, in fact, it's not even so much about what she feels for Mahabir at that point of time. It is just that she can't hold it in this atmosphere. She's so intrigued about why she didn't run away. She thinks about it. और जैसा हरिवंश राय बच्चन कहते हैं ना कि कभी कभी मिठास प्यास में होती है, पानी में नहीं. She wanted to say it. The condition was kind of suitable, and she said it. It's more like that. It's always easier to talk to a stranger about very personal things because he doesn't know who you are. There is no context. I think that was the purpose of Highway. That once you get out of the society, then you don't have to play the role that you're expected to play in that society.
So, how would you define this, their relationship? Like, it's not stereotypical love story. So, like, we have seen they have a backstory related to their childhood, and they find care in each other. So, is it like she finds, like Mahabir finds her mother in her, or she finds like a father, like she didn't get that, like she was abused back?
I feel that there are a lot of reflections like that. Each time that I make a film and I'm asked whether it's a love story, there is this allegation on me to be a love story director, of course.
Yeah.
Each time I wonder, I try to explain in Jab Bhi Met also that nahi yaar, it's not really a love story. That's not how I'm looking at it. This time I feel the same way. If she clearly doesn't want to end up with him, she doesn't want all those things. You know, those are trappings of a relationship. She wants to be with him. That's something I understand. You know, there is a basic desire that I'm with him. I like myself when I'm with him. I feel free. I need him to be there to feel the way I'm feeling right now. I've never felt like this before. जो उसको लगता है वो उसने कह दिया है पिक्चर के अंदर. And he does see, like Randeep used to say, that the moment a man sees his mother in a girl, he's gone. So in that way, Bhati sees his mother or that motherly concern for the first time in a girl who's like so much younger. So he does see that, and that provides a sort of a release or a catharsis inside him. वो भी होता है. She does feel a sense of protection that she has not felt with those people who were supposed to protect him.
Like even with Vinay, he didn't come out of car.
अभी विनय का अनफेयर है यार. मैं मतलब तू सोच अगर तू भी उस सिचुएशन में होता क्या कर लेता. थोड़ा टफ है. बट जो उसकी मदर, फादर, अंकल, वो उन लोगों ने जो किया है, आई थिंक दैट्स मोर सिवियर. सो शी इज ऑब्वियसली नॉट फेल्ट दैट सेंस ऑफ protection or just ease, more than protection, just ease. So I think those are the compelling factors, and the fact that दोनों victim हैं, समाज के इतने अलग अलग वर्ग से आते हैं, एक ही जैसी victimization है, तो एक अजीब सी सिंपैथी हो जाती है ना जब वो उसकी कहानी सुन करके वो बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पाता, उठ के चला जाता है, फिर दरवाजा खोलता है कि वो ऊपर बैठ जाए. अजीब, you know that अब ये इसको मतलब he's lost his teeth. He is not going to be able to harm her. जितना भी वो बाद वाले सीन में कोशिश कर ले कि इसको कोठे में बेचेंगे फलाना फलाना, मतलब कोठे में बेचेंगे ये वाला सीन करता है, उसके नेक्स्ट सीन में तो वो उसको बाबा बोल रही है. So he is gone basically.
Imtiaz, you know the scene, I have one question, try to be unfair. The family scene where वो जब जहाँ पे बात करती है, that scene looked so odd to me in the way the family reacts. You know the mother is going to react because she has a history that she has told the mother, oh, but the father and the uncle just walks out. Either you decided to go with the tone of the film, which is much more subtle, there's no much screaming or nobody reacts violently, but the father, throughout the film you're hearing, acha iski beti hai, even the father doesn't react. Why you decided to go that way?
Yeah, this is a point. We'll come back to you, ma'am.
And and because the plot is such, instantly you get reminded of Monsoon Wedding, and there the whole scene was so heavy. You start hating Rajat Kapoor for playing that role. He looks like a creepy, but here that impact doesn't work. I mean, I don't know why you decided to play it subtly, or the reaction of the father, or why you decided to do so.
I feel that these scenes are very uncomfortable for those people who are in the society. See, I did not want to single out. If you see, most of the scene is being played on her close-up, and not so much on the other people. What I was trying to do is to not say that this one person and only that person is the perpetrator or the criminal. Matlab, generally the way we live, the way a normal household is the problem. वो एक अंकल को विलन बता के उसको बैटर करके बैश करके कुछ नहीं हो जाता यार. शायद वो भी अपने समय में विक्टिम रहा हो यार. कहानी उसकी नहीं है तो हमें नहीं पता. पॉइंट ये है कि ऐसा जो समाज में होता है वो उस तक बात पहुंच जाए. एक बंदा रावण ना बन जाए यहाँ पे. That was my attempt. I didn't, which is why you see that I've tried not to use. I took some close-ups also of the guy, but then I thought, let me not plonk that, because the point is not that. The point is that this happens. जैसा कि वो बाद में भी कहती है, उसके चले जाने के बाद तो खत्म हो जानी चाहिए थी चीजें. But होता क्या है कि हाँ, everybody is trapped यार. And she says, I don't want to be one of you. I don't want to be remain here, and then like 10 years later I'm also sitting like one of you, like my mother. You lose your edge. You get domesticated. फिर आप नहीं कर पाते हो वो साला. मतलब you want to behave somehow. Being polite is even better than just being honest or real. तो ऐसा लगा मुझे यार. एक अजीब सी मतलब एक impotence.
And that was always the father's reaction was same in the script. You didn't.
Yeah.
It was always.
No. It was always like that. It was always like that, because
the environment is the problem, not the one person or anything.
The environment is the problem. And the other thing is that also realistically speaking, क्या होता है ना कि ऐसी जब चीज सुनने को, अगर आप इमेजिन करो किसी के घर में ऐसा डिस्कशन दरअसल हो जाएगा ना यार, अपना एंगर वैंगर वो लाइन में लाने में टाइम लग जाता है. वो अजीब से एक आप दलदल जैसा महसूस करने लगते हैं. You feel angry. That guy is feeling angry at his daughter. जैसा कि आपने अक्सर सुना होगा कि भाई बहन कहीं बाजार में जा रहे हैं, वो लड़की बेचारी, उसको किसी बंदे ने कमेंट मार दिया, उसका भाई लड़की पे ही भड़क जाता है अपनी बहन पे, because he doesn't know how to really align his anger in the right direction. तब हो नहीं पाता है, थोड़ा टाइम लग जाता है. So I think there is although there can be reactions of 100 types.
Yeah.
But I just felt it going in this direction in this film.
Right. Okay.
Why do you always give more importance to female role than a male role?
आपको तो खुश होना चाहिए.
जिससे जानना है reason. अच्छा है, मतलब it's a very good.
I think in my life I've thought more about women than I have about men. I have more to say about them.
So no, I was just.
I think so. I've always found them more intriguing. Perhaps because I don't have a sister, so I was not that familiar. Since I wasn't, I was always a bit more intrigued and interested in that way, more thinking about them, more. And I've always found them very intelligent. I've not known why they do not. I mean, average woman compared to an average man. Woman, I feel, I'm sorry, it's my experience, is definitely more intelligent.
Unless it's Ranbir Kapoor and Rockstar.
No. Ranbir Kapoor and Rockstar.
That's a Ranbir Kapoor film.
नहीं, बहुत अच्छी बात है. I just wanted to know why.
My mother is very intelligent. And I used to think, man, I can never get past her. So I feel, woman cannot be, woman has to be at least that mature.
So there's this one more allegation on you, like creating same female characters all over again. in each of your film. So
Just coming to that, I mean, she was almost like Geet, so that wasn't that very
Geet,
convenient
Heer,
for.
Aisha Takya from Socha Na Tha, like we can relate to
that
all.
was quite
So it's
different,
like-
but this one was like almost.
So what's that like that keeps you writing like?
तो इंसान भी तो सेम ही है ना.
Oh, Navjot, you're not supposed to reply. Last time he did the same, so he can't reply this time.
In both the movies it was similar, the
See,
bonding with the
Could
stranger
be, yeah,
kind
I
of.
can't.
Jab we met and this.
It's a bit.
And making
must
the
be
same
true.
film all over again. Like he keeps saying that confused lovers traveling a physical distance and all. So
Could be, यार. Could be. See, I can't deny it like outright कि ये बात गलत है. हो सकता है कुछ सच भी है. होगा ही, मतलब I think. See.
ऐसा आपको खुद को नहीं पता है.
देखो मुझे तो कुछ भी नहीं पता है. तुम लोग पूछ रहे हो, मैं सोच के बता रहा हूँ honestly. But I think एक तरह से क्या है ना कि there is me. You know, it has to come organically from me. Something that interests me, something that is my natural voice. And I think as I mature, as I change, that change will be reflected in the film, in the films that I make. So there must be something like that. I'm trying, I mean, you know, but maybe I'm not trying too hard. Because I get carried away and just have too much fun while making it, than thinking that अभी मैं इसको गीत से अलग कर दूँ और.
Apart from love आजकल सबको भाग के शादी करनी है भाई.
Who ran away from your life?
Don't get personal. ठीक है.
No one ran away from my life. इसको भाग के तो नहीं शादी करनी होती यार.
नहीं मतलब ये भी भाग नहीं चाहती है ना एक तरीके से वो माहौल से
She
एनवायरनमेंट.
just needed a push. भागो बस अब.
Whenever you are writing a script for this particular movie, your personal character must be either with Veer or with Mahavir.
It's not that. Actually, it's not with one or character or the other. If it is present, it is kind of broken into small pieces and scattered all over. There is some in Adu also. The way he dances. I mean, I'd like to dance like that.
But
आया हुआ है क्या? दुर्गेश है यहाँ पे? नहीं है ना? Okay.
more towards which? More towards Veera, more towards Mahavir. You can relate yourself to.
क्या ना? I think when I was younger, I was more like Veera. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit more like Mahavir as I've grown up.
So this is the second time I watched it, and I had two like niggling doubts or questions that I wanted to ask. One was that montage right after the interview of the investigation process. Is that something that was part of the script, or is it something that you felt had to be added later on? Because it seems like the movie would have it added to the movie, but it seems like it was an added element and not actually part of the script.
Actually, when when a lot of people read the script, they felt that ये बाहर की कोई चीज़ है. I basically have taken advantage of the two-part format that we make movies in India. While I was writing the screenplay, while I was thinking about the story, I thought that the drama that happens behind of the family, them trying to catch them, obviously employing a lot of force, that was important in the story and must be happening, but I had no occasion. I never felt like breaking away from the story of Veera and Mahavir and coming to show that. Then I thought interval तो होने ही है पिक्चर में, तो जब interval होगा उसके बाद मैं यहाँ से शुरू कर दूंगा, and then I'll find a way to get back into the story and forget about it. So that
Like it's happening in another dimension.
It's happening, yeah.
Like
It's
out of
all of this has happened, so know that, and maybe it'll link up in the end or something of that sort.
And through the first half, that threat is maintained through the character of. Can you keep quiet?
It's the Navjot QnA.
I have a question.
one more.
In terms of characterization, आप जितने emotions invest किए हैं आलिया के character पर, you don't see that kind of complex shades in the man. It's only first half of the film, if I see, he's mostly doing a certain, his performance at a certain key. It doesn't go up and down. It's more or less very monochromatic. While the girl displays a range of emotions. So doesn't it make Randeep a bit wooden? To a great extent, it sort of, he comes across as very wooden. Don't you think like that?
Wouldn't personally as an actor or the
No,
part?
I mean the part. So he's working according to what you have told him.
Correct.
So I'm not judging his abilities.
No, I just felt that because Veera starts unraveling
Right.
the mystery of her character first, for that if there's a neutral canvas of Bhati being kind of constant, but you know that there is something going on, there's something niggling, because the way he becomes so emotional in the beginning when he says that I've killed 3 people, you know, he doesn't say it in a wooden manner. You know that there is something going on, but we'll come to that later. So when Veera kind of shows the cards that she's carrying, and when she then goes into Pataka Guddi and into Discovery, etc., so that was the right time for Bhati to emerge. Otherwise, both would have, matlab ki it's like I would have spent both the ammunition together.
Okay.
So I thought, because we are following Veera, let's be with her till we understand that okay, so now ये मतलब एक पात्र जो है वो चरित्र बनता है, हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, we are moving into the second act of her life, and that's the time for him to start opening out,
Okay, so you give him that space.
and so that they kind of he gains a mind in the mind space of the audience. He becomes this Mahabir Bhati character who drives the truck and who looks in a certain way, and then you bring him forward. So I don't know, I was just being singular.
And Jab We Met. Is there any similarity between all 3 of these movies? Like,
You should tell me that. I hope there's very little similarity.
I think you try and portray a particular character which is too strong and who just drives the whole movie. I mean, some way which shows that the character has a strong passion for something. Is it?
I guess. Or at least, you know, there is, I feel,
A very passionate, strong person. I mean, character just by maybe music.
a passionate, strong person is right, I think. A passionate, strong person, like Jordan was in Rockstar, right? That so he's like he cannot even control himself.
Correct.
He is
Similar to
this girl in this film in that way, yeah. That Rockstar, the girl, she says that okay, let me take this opportunity. I know that I'm going to live a very little plastic life after I get married.
Yeah.
So let me do all this nonsense before that. Adjusted hai wo.
But then, why didn't you give some good music here? I mean, because just because in Jab We Met and Rockstar it was a very big highlight.
Actually, Joy is sitting over here. Just stand up, yeah. Just stand up. They're talking about Jab We Met music. In Maujai Mauja, he's programmed Maujai Mauja.
Oh, nice one.
He's also sung the Assamese parts in it. So he wasn't there in this film, so I guess that's the reason.
Performances in your films, be it all films, be it Rockstar, be it Love Aajkal, Jab We Met, this one also. You always train your actors in such a way that they deliver always to the point. So what is it that you do? Do you do your homework, or do you tell them to work on characters, or how do you brief them about it?
I don't know. I don't think I do anything special. I have not been on other people's sets to see what they do and what I do differently. I just feel that, you know,
Do you do rehearsals before shooting? Do you do, I mean,
जैसे इस film में नहीं, we read through the scenes and all that. I make sure that everything is understood by the actor. That's the basic, yeah. You know, they should understand.
With all cast together. Everyone
Sometimes all cast together. Sometimes, you know, like some actors like Suresh Oberoi in Sochana Tha wanted to only do it separately with me.
Right.
For Kareena also it worked that the first rehearsal, or even for Shahid, is alone with the director. सबकी अपनी अपनी कंफर्ट होती है एक्टर की. कहते हैं ना कि डायरेक्टर को गाहक देख के पुड़िया बांधनी चाहिए. So it's like that. But basically to make them know that वो जितना अच्छा करेंगे उतना हमारे लिए अच्छा है यार. So create that atmosphere and also don't direct them too much. What they already know, they're not stupid people. You know, so what they already know, don't tell them. So I don't know, I just feel that कम बोलो सही रहता है. Don't force, steer. You know, it's like water, it will find its own way, it will flow, but not necessarily how you have initially imagined it, because your imagination will never be as real as a real person in flesh and blood. If he's going through something truly, then you have to follow him as much as he's following you.
Whatever she's feeling, I actually feel quite good about it, because to me, up till that point, she's led a very normal, protected life, but that's bad enough. So I just feel the moment that she brings into a flashback of her life, which of course is a really sad thing to happen. I just feel that maybe I wanted to see a film where the character, even though may have led a more normal life, could still be suffocated.
You're right, yes.
It didn't have to happen.
ज़रूरी नहीं है, correct.
Matlab, you know, it just seemed like she could have just been suffocated in her life.
Absolutely.
She
Possible.
didn't have to go through this thing and feel that she needs to.
See, what she's trying to say, that only those people who have had an incident of abuse in their childhood, it's not only those people who are claustrophobic in their lives. ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं था.
कुछ दिखाना पड़ेगा story. नहीं तो otherwise it will turn into an art film.
No, I don't agree. That's my point. She's having such a great life. Why does she feel like this? But people can feel like.
You know, I'll tell you, I'll give you an example from the same film.
That makes a person.
Can you let him answer?
नहीं वो what I feel जैसे कि भाटी है इसी पिक्चर में. You know, I've asked some women about Bhati, and they were saying that, you know, we felt a very strong sympathy for him when he was saying that I have murdered 3 people. उसने उस वक्त नहीं बताया था कि मेरी माँ के साथ क्या हुआ है. But people, you know, some people did feel a sense of sympathy for him, as though there is a backstory. So yeah, envelope can be pushed.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Just the end of the movie where baby Veera meets baby Mahamir, according to me, it was a happy end. But while you were scripting, I want to ask, was it an honest ending? Like, is it the ending that you wanted, or is it a labor ending that you were thinking that I want to give it a happy ending, and let me think how can I do it?
That was not there in the script. It wasn't there in the script. What was in the script was the childhood images of Bhati. And while I was shooting that scene of the girl breaking down at the dhaba, somewhere there, while writing it, before shooting it, I realized I wanted to see just 2 glimpses of this girl. You know, just. And then later on, when we were shooting in Kashmir, I thought it will be nice to see these 2 together in the end. It was a thought which came in the process. I don't know whether I was looking for more completion. Maybe I was, yeah. Maybe I was.
Yes, sir, in black t-shirt, yeah.
Yeah, bolna. Not necessarily a happy ending, but just a sense of completion. Just a romantic thought that, you know, this childhood, that childhood, both scarred somewhere.
Like Rockstar.
In thought, they are together, like Rockstar. किसी मैदान में.
Writing a telefilm, you leave it where the guy and the girl confront each other that you know very well. So is it because you remade it because you wanted to complete it like this?
That's true. Who was asking in the lift? You were asking, Suprati. No, who was asking? You were asking, correct. So he just saw the telefilm, which was just of 40-minute duration or something. So of course I could only make it cover that much ground in the story. I did not have the time to go beyond. I just wrote it and shot it, and I felt very terrible that the story had more to say and I have not been able to finish it. So yeah, I think that being not at rest about this story has also led me to want to make a film out of it.